What's up, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Scyushi, and we're back in some more Trove, and Luxion's back, baby. He's standing right over there. The big dummy dum-dum. Usually he sells us garbage. Let's see if he's actually got something good for us to eat. Ooh. Yeah, okay, I'm pretty satisfied with that. I don't like the fact that it's 90, 90, 90, 90. Like, the price is just across the board all 90, which I guess the trade-off is that they have sold mounts for more than 90 in the past. But still, that's pretty expensive, especially for a couple allies of all things. That said, the items that he's selling are actually considered to be some of the rarest items in the game. So if you can, I would recommend that you get all of this stuff, dude. Maybe not necessarily, like, the ladybug kind of sucks. The caterpillar kind of sucks. The allies are okay. They're kind of cool. The chaos hound is beautiful. I love it. But the allies themselves and the chaos hound are very, 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 very rare drops that are just in the chaos chest. And as far as I know, they're available in the chaos chest at all times. I've only ever unboxed maybe one Tentabox and 2 chaotic mimics out of all the chaos chests that I've unboxed. Maybe I'm wrong about those numbers. I don't know. And if you're wondering why I'm dressed as Mario, I'll tell you at the end of the video. So first of all, the caterpillar roller mount, whatever this thing is, you're basically just doing this for the mastery. It's just a rolling mount. But it doesn't look bad. It looks a little bit gross. I don't know. Is it just me? Caterpillars kind of freak me out in real life. Like, they're kind of cute and adorable, and I used to collect them as a kid, like, for some dumb reason, because there was a lot of them back where I used to live. But I don't know, dude. There's just something about this thing that is just unsettling. Like, it's got the eyes of death inside it. But then there's also going to end up being the Mimic Ally, which I've actually got equipped right here. And he looks cute, like, you know. I don't, like, I personally would have preferred if it was the ally without the eyes. I would have preferred if it was just a chest and it just opened its mouth and was disgusting like that. Like, it just, I don't know. It looks kind of cute and adorable, but there was other mimic, like, chest-themed allies that a player modded into the game that already looked a lot better than this. So I don't know. I mean, maybe it's just me. There was 2 alterations of them, and I guess it would be too freaky if it opened its mouth and there was just a bunch of teeth, which is already kind of creepy in the first place, right? But again, very, very, very rare, like ridiculously rare item, only out of the chaos chest. And because it's out of the chaos chest, like what I mean by saying these things are extremely rare, you can't craft any of these with chaos cores or anything like that. You can't craft them at the chaotic crafting table, boys and girls. You have to unbox them, which means that if you're a starting player and you don't have like a ton of chaos factor, which chaos factor is the stat value, the higher the chaos factor, the more chaos chests you end up getting every day that you log into the game, right? Unfortunately, there's not really that many ways of getting chaos factor outside of mastery anymore. Back in the day, you used to be able to trade chaos coins. I think you can still get chaos coins in this game, but it's literally been years since I've seen anyone get them. My point is, unless you're getting hundreds of thousands of chaos chests over the following days and months and weeks and stuff like that, getting these is just going to be so astronomically difficult that you might as well just go for them. The mastery you get out of them is not really that great, just because, you know, it's just going to end up being kind of standard, like 10 mastery. But if you're a mastery farmer, I'd recommend you go for it. So anyways, you're going to get 5% to attack speed and gain 15% health when a nearby enemy dies. Not bad, not great. Doesn't really do anything, honestly speaking. And then, you know, compared to the better allies. And then there's going to be the winking Tentabox, which this guy is going to end up giving you 68 magic damage and physical damage. So it's kind of a damage ally. You'd only really use this at the beginning of the game, though, just because it's not a percentage value. Anyways, come over here, you dumb. So he's just literally the same as the Chaos Chest one, except he's got 1 eye instead of 2, and he's got a tentacle tongue. When he ends up opening his mouth, his teeth are all green and disgusting, too. It's just, I don't even know why this is a thing, because there is no tentacle box. Not to mention, it's all just one color, as you would expect. Well, it's like 3 colors. I guess they can't put that much detailing on it. But I would have at least hoped they did something a little bit better. Personally, I think that there should only be the 1 ally. Like, when I saw that there was the Tentabox ally, I didn't like that thing. Like, it's disgusting. And this game's theme of tentacles and eyes, it's just... Like, I know it's trying to be the whole Cthulhu thing, Lovecraft. But it doesn't work because when we go to the Geo top side, the devs were dumb enough to make it bright red instead of the same tentacle colors as every other tentacle in the game. But at least we got the Chaos Hound, which arguably was one of the coolest mounts in the game at one point, just because look at this thing. It's like such a mess. Like it's got everything on it. It's got fish scales. It's got like the light from the light fish, whatever that's called in real life. You know, the one that's in the darkness, and it was in Finding Nemo, and it was scary. It was a demon. But also, it's got tons and tons of video effects. And this is a mount from way back, so it's got a lot of nostalgic value for me. I remember this thing was absolutely beautiful. And the thing about it too is that back in the day, a lot of the old mounts used to actually have jump VFX. So you can see we've got our normal ring, but we also got a purple ring going on and that kind of purple explosion effect happening, which doesn't happen with a lot of mounts nowadays, not to mention the footprints, the trail behind it, the light in front of it. There's just so much going on with this thing that it was really cool and really coveted. Also, you know, it used to be tradable, so that's the biggest thing that sucks about a lot of these rarer chaos chest items, is that most of them you can just craft if you don't have any other means of actually getting them. But these, since you can't craft them, it just sucks for new players to try and get them now because they're untradeable, because back in the day they were. Now, that said, you know, these out of the chaos chests I think are still tradable, and that doesn't, you know, it's okay as well, because any of these items you can see, I can continuously buy them despite the fact that I have them unlocked, which means that all of these mounts and allies are actually tradable. So you know, you could invest in the Chaos Hound. You know, 90 dragon coins a pop is not bad. The Chaos Hound is going to sell at a decent price just because at least it's a cool mount and it gives mastery and it's extremely rare. Whereas these guys, I don't think they're going to sell for that much because they only give 10 mastery each, and they're allies. People don't really care for allies as much on the player market, but you know, it's up to you whether you think that 90 dragon coins is going to end up being a worthy investment. But honestly, I would say you invest the same amount of dragon coins into the Chaos Hound. It's just going to be better. And then last but not least, there's going to be the bouncing ladybug. I will talk about the style stashes, the divinity, and the dragon souls as well, but we got this guy right here, which is a bouncing mount. Not really anything to say about it. I don't really care about these bouncing mounts, honestly speaking. They're some of the worst mounts in the entire game, I think anyways, but that's just because I've never liked the bouncy mounts, even back when I first started playing this game during the beta or alpha days or whatever it would be on PC. I mean, this game's gone through like 5 different betas every time the game launches. Like when it launched on Steam, they said it was beta and came out of beta, and then when it launched on console, they said it was beta and then it came out of beta. What about the real beta when I played it? Yeah, that's right. I played the closed beta, then it went to open beta, then it launched, and then they went back to beta for Steam, and then it launched, and then they went back to beta for console. It's just weird Trove trivia, man. Like, I don't know why they just kept using that title. Like, it's like, it doesn't really apply. So anyways, with the Luxion style stashes, these arguably are a lot worse than I initially thought they were. For 15 dragon coins each, they're just going to end up giving you a different style. So it's going to give you a weapon, a face, whatever. It can give you pinata helmets, which is not bad, but it'll give you seasonal event items, pinata items, or Luxion equipment items that you don't already have. It's just style items, that's it, which is unfortunate. I wish that this would just give you mounts. That would be great. Despoiled Divinity, I mean, you may as well grab it if you don't have all of the items out of Despoiled Divinity. This is basically a week extra because it's 3 Divinity Souls, which you can only get 3 a week if you end up doing Ultra Daughter of the Moon. So normal Daughter of the Moon gives you 1, Hard gives you 1, Ultra gives you 1, and if you just do Ultra, you get all 3 of them for the entire week. It's a time-gated item, gives you the moon costumes for all the classes, and then the moon dragon as well, which, you know, is, again, made by the devs, so it's all one color. It's a fancy dragon, though. It's definitely something to be coveted. The Golden Horde Dragon Souls, most of all, you're going to want to buy these as soon as you can, just because it's going to cost you 400 dragon coins total in order to get 100 of this guy's dragon souls. Unfortunately, he only sells them 15 a pop. I wish he would sell 25 each time he would visit, because then you would only have to see Luxion for roughly 2 months instead of whatever the time is now. It's a lot longer. But this will end up giving you, you know, some good items for mastery most of all, because it's going to end up giving you the Luxion badges, which are going to end up being right down here. Now, at the first reward, you're going to get the helmet. And then at the second, you're going to end up getting the Golden Hoard Dragonling, which is arguably a very, very, very good starting ally if you're just starting the game and you're a physical-based character. And then you get the mount, which can't fly or do anything special. It's just the fledgling. This is how dragons used to work back in the day, which is a very convoluted and confusing system compared to all of the other dragons that we've got right now. It's completely inconsistent. But basically, the old dragons, you would have to get 100 souls. And as you would end up going gradually and using all of the souls and consuming them, you would end up getting different rewards. So for 10 dragon souls, you're going to end up getting the fledgling, which is just a mount. It doesn't fly or anything. And then for 25, you get the different weapon styles and stuff, you know, so on and so forth. Most of all, it's just the fact that you get all this mastery out of it. And not to mention a bunch of extra stats. And then finally, at the end, for all 100, you end up getting the full Luxion dragon, which you've seen in my other videos. And if you want to see it, I mean, I've already got a video talking about it anyways. But either way, cool stuff. It's nice that Luxion's actually selling something worthwhile. I still would argue that Luxion should always sell the Golden Hoard Dragon Soul, Despoiled Divinity, his style stashes, and he should also sell metamatter and the sentient shards that you normally get from rampages. Just every time he visits, he should have a lot more to his base value, just because it would be that much better. And I think that they should set it up so that Luxion sells at least 1 pair of wings and then maybe 3 mounts and 2 allies. I think that would be fair. Like if it was a little bit more consistent, you know what I mean? Because otherwise, with the way Luxion is right now, it kind of sucks. I personally think that he should just sell everything in his repertoire, because most of all, then it's about grinding the dragon coins, and then that would give a lot more incentive for people to end up actually buying dragon coins out of the market or out of the cash shop and stuff like that, because then the more dragon coins you have, the more you could end up buying out of Luxion, and it's kind of pay to win compared to grinding and stuff. But at least these items wouldn't be, I don't even necessarily want to say they're time gated, because they're just at random intervals. Like, who knows when he's going to sell these items again? It could be next year. It could be after next year. Who knows what his rotation is? At least if they told us on the welcome screen, maybe before he ended up showing up, or at least mentioned Luxion's coming tomorrow or something. Like, there should be like an in-game calendar that just shows the weekly 7 days and bonuses on each of those days. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm reading too deep into it. But I just think Luxion could be executed a lot better instead of just being Barrow Katir from Warframe. I was about to say Warcraft. But at least in that game it works. Whereas this just doesn't really work for Trove. I think that he should just stick around and just swap his inventory either every week, maybe every month, or just not swap his inventory at all and just have all these items available that, you know, you can get out of old events, or you can't get anymore because of new events and stuff like that. Anyways. Thanks for watching, everybody. If you're just signing up with Trove, use my sign up link in the description, and anything that you buy out of the store, I'll end up making a percentage of that, which is a great time to do it if you're a new Trove player, because they have the Sweet 16 pack, not only available on PC for a couple months now, but available on console. And basically, this is going to be $20 that gets you all the classes. It's more expensive on consoles for some weird reason. I don't know. Maybe it's because it's localized, because this is 20 American. And it showed it was like 25 from me when I was on Xbox. I don't know. But then otherwise, you can like, sub, all that stuff. Have yourselves a great day. And the reason I'm in the Mario costume is because the Mario Maker series is starting later today. Hopefully, you guys are excited for it. It's going to be like the olden times where I'm just going to be yelling at the screen and screaming and stuff like that, which I don't really do that much with Trove anymore, just because Trove doesn't really allow me to do that. But I would if I could. Thanks for watching, though, everybody. Sign